Hello, everybody.
Matt takes the wheel, decides to leave the vehicle as we are ploughing down the road. Brilliant.
As usual, that is the way things go, unfortunately. This episode of Radio Tekkers is dedicated to the memory of Stacey Glander and James Davis. Rest in peace, guys. This one's for you guys. Let's hit the intro.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome to yet another edition.
God, what are these unprofessionals that I am working with?
Of Radio Tekkers.
We need to go back to school, thank you. Welcome, guys, to Radio Tekkers. This is live coverage of the massive 6-pointer known as Liverpool versus Manchester City at the top of the English Premier League. I'm, of course, magnificent Matt Willis, and I'm joined by the tech gentleman, Tanner Pruitt, and, of course, by the podfather himself, his magnificent kablamness, the podfather, Mags. How are you both, gentlemen? First, Mags.
Kablab. I'm absolutely fine. I'm buzzing today, excited to watch this game. I always enjoy these huge games, especially if we get a chance to see City roll you over and I get 2 weeping cohorts. So, yeah, I'm buzzing for today.
Just looking forward to seeing us cry. You are evil. You are evil, sir. And Tanner, how are you? I'm trying to do my best Texan accent there. How are you?
Howdy, Matt. I'm doing quite well today.
What part of Texas was that?
Yeah, I was like, is that the most English part of Texas?
Why, hello. I am Texan.
Hi.
I'm from Texas, don't you know? I'm from Texas, don't you know?
Good day, mate.
That's American, you idiot. Australian even, damn it. I'm having a bad day. Tanner, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm excited for this match. This is a really big one here, guys. This is a really big game for both teams, really. So yeah, this is very, very exciting, and my nerves are at an all-time high right now.
Unsurprisingly, Mag, you have no dog in this fight, so we're going to start with.
I do have a dog in the fight. A dog in the fight. Yeah, I want City to win because I like to see you two get absolutely destroyed. No, I don't have a dog in the fight. I just want to see a great game, and these two have been two of the best teams over the last 5 years. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one to watch. Both teams have been really free scoring recently, so hopefully we'll be seeing quite a few goals.
We can hope so. We can only hope so. We don't want to have a dull snooze fest of a 0-1, for example, like we had last week from between Chelsea and City. Obviously, it wasn't the best game in the world, was it? We want a good one here.
No, it was tactically both teams tried to combat each other rather than go out and win the game through their own skills, I suppose. We saw that flooded midfield, which ruined the game in terms of excitement. But City did what they needed to do.
I absolutely did. I noticed we obviously in our little team Tekkers chat, we were talking about how much of a big game was myself and our roving analyst, Mr. Harris. He was saying how huge a game this is, and problem is that team is always very nitty gritty, and it's always just teams like we can't afford to lose. I'm like, throw some caution to the wind. Put the vinegar on the chips here. Come on, give us a bit of energy here.
That's a very southern saying. I've never heard
it's my own saying.
That's a very Texas saying. Put the vinegar on the chips. No, I mean I absolutely agree with what you and Chris were talking about in the chat, these two teams, and really these two managers, have been the perfect antithesis of each other every time they get onto the pitch. Guardiola's teams being more about possession, absorbing it, controlling and dominating the game, whereas Liverpool and really Jurgen Klopp's teams have always been about, hey, let's press them, and we're going to regain the possession. We're going to play hard. We're going to play fast. We're going to, really make your life a living hell by using our work rate, if you will, to I guess circumvent, the ability to maintain possession at all times. So yeah, these two teams historically are fantastic to watch. We have had those games that you mentioned, Matt, where it's a 1-0, but we've also had some free scoring games as well between these two. So it's going to be a matter of which kind of team shows up today for both sides.
I remember being in Florida for the Liverpool Man City game, which means I wasn't able to watch the game. So, and Chris wouldn't let me use my phone because we were at Typhoon Lagoon at a water park. So he was updated. So we were obviously swimming and everything, and then he actually checked his phone because he needs to for his diabetes. And he actually said, "Okay, I'll check the score for you." And he said to me, "It's 3-0 at half time." I didn't believe him.
Wow.
It was 3-0.
Was that the Champions League game, or
that was the league game when Fabinho scored that worldie.
Oh yes.
I mean, I love how you strong-armed the story of you going to Florida into the episode yet again.
To be fair, I usually talk about WrestleMania, not Florida.
That's very true.
They are a bit of one and the same.
And of course, hello to Conor McCabe in the chat, and also to Ori in the chat. Ori is quite the draw. And we have Graham from Good Cop Bad Cop in the chat as well. Just got back from in time
from Frisbee. He just got back from Frisbee.
From Frisbee.
We've got
tell all the bros to sit hi.
Got some amazing people here today. It's great to have you here. Me and Ori are doing our first little project, by the way. It's coming out on Tuesday, where me and Ori will be wrapping up the WWE draft in full. So check this out on this channel, of course.
Excited for that.
And I'm extremely excited about that. Working with Ori will be fantastic. Tanner, would you do the honor of going through the starting lineups?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to. So for Liverpool today, we have Alisson in goal, James Milner standing in place for Trent Alexander-Arnold, as expected, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson, Jordan Henderson, the captain, will play in the midfield, Fabinho in the holding role, and Curtis Jones, who actually he lit up Porto midweek in the Champions League. Curtis Jones reprises his role there. Mo Salah, Diogo Jota, and Sadio Mane make up the attack. So very much an unchanged lineup here from the midweek game against Porto.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it, I suppose.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That in fact is a Texas saying. So for Manchester City, we have a teapot in the distance.
The rain had arrived with the howling wind, unfortunately, guys. I apologise about that.
A teapot.
That is unfortunately outside my window. I've got some bars, and wind just catches it, and it just sounds like that. I can't think about that. I'm afraid. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good, man. I thought it was funny. Manchester City's lineup here.
Link is summoning someone on his ocarina.
Yeah. There's a wolf very far away in the distance.
It's the grey in real life.
The grey.
Brilliant.
Manchester City has Ederson starting in goal, Walker, Dias, Laporte, and Cancelo there in the defense.
That is going to be brilliant all game. This is going to be a giggle all game.
Bernardo Silva. Oh, I thought that was legit. I was like, Matt, get away from that window. You need to go now.
It sounds like you've got a farmer trying to control his dog to round up all the sheep.
I'm gonna move my mic from the other side of me at least.
Oh, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, and Gabriel Jesus make up the Manchester City attack. They'll play somewhere. I would have gone more in depth, but I'm just so tickled by.
We'd like to point out, of course, that everybody's with the window. Very good, Graham.
What a great start to the episode. We haven't even got to the football yet.
Very good indeed. Very good.
Looking at the... Oh, go on, Matt.
I wanted to say at this point, bearing in mind how well received the last thing I did for this channel was on the first game of the season, I've got a new one for you, gentlemen. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this lovely message.
I'm looking.
The time has come to lock horns again. Cheer on your heroes, call them by name. Don't walk alone, don't turn your back. You never know, you might miss an attack. Legends, of course, many have been. Fowler and Rush, Aguero and Quinn. Streamers, tap-ins, they all count. What a shame if VAR rules it out. Whether you're red or whether you're blue, believe in your team is the thing that we do. "19 times, and yet they want more. The cry of the cop. Please have no score." Foden, Grealish, an unstoppable force. Only the best from Pep, of course. City and Liverpool next on this stream. Over to you, the idiots free.
The Idiots 3. What a beautiful video.
Fucking Idiots 3, huh? Yeah, no, we need to check that under
bracket.
Oh, goodness.
It was a very pro-Pep video, that, Matt. Are you turning to the blue side?
No, I was just trying to be unbiased. So I figured it wasn't pro-blue at all. It was equal.
There was definitely quite a few Liverpool references in there. Yeah, it was an awesome video.
Yeah,
awesome video here by.
I could have whacked Liverpool about Liverpool and then and City here as well. But let's not forget the Man City going. Yeah, absolutely, it is. Yeah, I'm loving the you guys like that as well. The fact that Man City have only faced 6 shots on target all season so far, only conceded 1 goal all season as well.
They're about to get woken up today.
Well, they might do, but at the same time, there's no guarantee that Liverpool will win this game, Tanner.
There's
no guarantee of that.
And also, Liverpool's lineup is very more defensive minded than City's lineup.
Really? I find them to be quite attacking.
Really, with Hendo and Fabinho in the middle, there's only really the creative threat of Curtis Jones. I mean, the front three are always going to be attacking for Liverpool. That's something we've come to rely on over the last 5 or so years.
Yeah.
But if you look at the midfielders, you've got De Bruyne, Silva, and Rodri. Compare that with the 3 of Henderson, Fabinho, and Jones. That's way more attacking.
But Mags, you're forgetting the most important ingredient in the soup here.
Salah.
You're forgetting Andy Robertson and James Milner that are going to bomb down from the fullback position. So you're really going to have 6 in attack with Henderson and Fabinho stretching to cover those spots. So.
You make great points. I concede that, but I still can't get over the whistling,
the wind
Dave in the background. That's absolutely brilliant.
Can somebody check to see it?
Come back.
Can somebody check to see if there's a tumbleweed outside?
I do have to say, Graham, that the Tekkers, as you call it, does not exist.
Yeah,
okay?
not that we are aware of. It has not occurred this season.
There have been no 0-0 games in this one either this year so far. Tekkers have not covered a 0-0 game this year so far. And to answer your question, Colin McCabe, Matt Tanner Matt will be as unbiased as is physically possible. I can't.
Which is going to be 0.
I will take things that are untrue for $200 there, Alex.
Oh, goodness. So before the game kicks off, predictions, gentlemen. Predictions for this game.
I think we're going to see a draw. I think both teams are going to cancel each other out. I think it's going to be
that's lovely, by the way. We are seeing a wonderful in the way end. They are holding up Sir Roger in. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful in the top end. It's absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Thank you, Sir Roger Hunt.
Yeah, a really cool
banner.
way to appreciate the legacy of Sir Roger Hunt.
And I'm glad that he was knighted by the cop as well. It's one of the signs there. He was knighted. He was knighted for sure. But yeah, so Liverpool will be kicking off, attacking the cop end in the first half. Me and Mags will do our usual pausing channel so you can keep up.
So, Mags, you said a draw. Any specific kind of draw?
A 2 goals apiece draw. I'm going to go with
2-2. Okay.
2-2.
Matt,
I've actually got money on a 4-1 Liverpool win.
Ooh, 4-1. Okay.
How much money?
Pound.
Now returning to Matt's bets.
Pound.
I'm going to go.
A whole pound.
I'm going to go.
Take 20 at Anfield. And if they do that, I'll be, of course, remind you there is no room for inspiration in any walk of life, including football.
I'm going to go 3-2 to Liverpool.
Okay, I have paused, Taylor, so let me know when you kick off.
Okay, we're viewing here in the States the Sir Roger Hunt tifo, the signs, the collective signs that they have here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or in the chat, we'll be recording with her later on for an episode of A Changing Attitude. And she says, if Liverpool loses, Tanner goes into that recording like an angry cornet.
Oh, that's just gonna make the show even better. That's just
or even worse, an angrier Jim Ross.
Is there any kind of person other than angry for Jim Cornette?
Well, there are, but it involves his wife, and I don't think we want to go down that road.
We won't go there, of course. One of my favorite memories is seeing him get in the head of his own tennis racket at WrestleMania 17.
One of my favorite memories is when he fell off the scaffolding in the Skywalker's match and bust both his knees.
Broke his knees. I adored that moment where a man blew out both knees.
And as an atheist, I say there isn't a God somehow.
Well,
and we have kickoff.
We're underway.
Tell that to the French, the French church, which has been in the news today.
Oh.
I'm not going to go into the details. I'm sure you'll look it up.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to cover the ecclesiastical talk.
Yeah, that's
for sure.
Yeah, that's not football talk. We've got football talk right here.
No,
Virgil van Dijk spreads the ball wide here. Ederson leads
and it's
goal.
A great ball, but Ederson clears. This is going to be an exciting game. I think this has got goals all over it.
Mm-hmm. Conor McCabe in the chat saying, if I ever make it across the pond, attending a game at Anfield is on my list.
That's a very poor list then, Connor. You want to be attending Turf Moor, sir?
Just
You get some scrappy ones down there, some scrappy bloody tackles for sure.
I'm glad that you brought up Turf Moor because I saw Chris, who is our senior executive field analyst. Chris
is executive now.
Exactly.
She's senior executive. He gets a new title added on every week. It's brilliant. And thank you, Chris, for jumping on the volley last week, by the way. Yes, great to have you back on broadcasting.
Chris is amazing. He and I have got a new video coming out next week, which I'm very excited about. So Chris put out a tweet or retweeted Burnley actually.
Oh, Ederson, very risky.
Very dangerous there by Ederson. No, but Chris put out this tweet about Turf Moor having a new drug dog.
Yes, he did.
And Chris noted that he was thankful because he was running low. I'm sure that's in jest. But
for the first time, yes, it was in jest.
But I was like, man, the time-honored tradition of buying drugs from a dog at Turf Moor is thank goodness.
It's well and good. It's still
and still breaking here.
It's tradition. City on the counter here. Fabinho snuffs it out.
Offside had been given, but that was a little late on the whistle there.
Both teams starting really, really brightly.
Really fiery.
We have this for the next 90 minutes, gentlemen. We're going to have a good game.
I feel like so Ori, this game is on NBC Sports. You can either view it on cable on NBC Sports, or you can view it. No, actually, it's not on the Peacock. Otherwise, Graham would be with us here today.
Indeed.
But you can find it on NBCSports.com. Also, if you just want to watch it online. So there you go,
Indeed.
Ori. That's the link right there.
Indeed. If you're watching in the UK, of course, it is on Rupert Murdoch's Sky Sports service.
Sorry.
The drug dog at Burnley is called Jethro.
Jethro, yes.
Oh, what a name,
dude!
What a name!
I'd buy drugs off that dog. I'm just kidding. Don't take down this video.
Don't buy your drugs from a dog.
Don't buy drugs.
No, that's not what you say. Come by, for sure. Right,
that's what the whistling is. It's
exactly.
Jethro saying, "Matt, I've got your drugs."
I'm at the door, Matt. I'm at the door.
It's funny how quickly has stopped all of a sudden. That's good. Tanner, as a fellow Liverpool fan, does it concern you that they've gone with James Milner over Neco Williams to take the spot from Trent today?
Does it concern me that they went with James Milner over Neco Williams?
Neco Williams, we know is a more than competent fullback and is more than capable of doing a very similar role that Trent can do. He's not on Trent's level yet, obviously, but
you say that as Joel Matip marched down to midfield past Manchester City.
He's been doing that a lot this season.
He was just like, screw it.
His Mane in the corner. Pressured well, though.
I'm not really concerned. You know, man, James Milner's played in this role several times over the years.
He's playing very well. I'm just saying that
I'd have been intrigued if they had maybe put in Kostas Tsimikas. I'd be intrigued had they gone that. Yeah, even though he's left-footed, I feel like that would have provided a different attacking option. Neco Williams, he's good, but he's so green.
And this is a big game.
This is a huge game. We remember the times where Trent...
And as we say, that Salah is attacking the box, getting bullied off the ball. But
Milner
Milner stayed in.
It's in the box still. City are just avoiding all sorts of danger right now. Walker.
They finally get it clear.
This is an exciting start to the game.
But yeah, to kind of add to Tanner's point, I think they made the right choice with Milner. I think he's got the experience for the role and for the big games. This match is certainly not going to phase him like it perhaps could against with Williams. So I think going with Milner is the safe bet.
Breakthrough there and mops it up.
I think that also had it been somebody else, had it been Raheem Sterling, for example, then maybe I'd have a bit more worry out there on the left wing channel against Manchester City. But with it being like Foden or Grealish, who will oftentimes swap wings, I mean, Milner has more than enough fitness to cover Grealish or Foden.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting how Raheem Sterling's fallen out of grace at Manchester City. Barely getting starts, barely getting minutes, and yet they're still sticking with Jesus, or Jesui, as he is known here.
Gabriel Jesue.
It's interesting they're sticking with him, even though he's still relatively gun-shy in front of goal. Okay,
I mean,
he did leave that there. Score. We're expecting the whistle to blow there.
No, he did. The dog at the door. No, he did score against Chelsea, didn't he?
Salah.
He
Henderson,
did,
looking for a corner, and
but
he
it
gets
was
the corner.
it was a very bundled goal.
Goal is a goal is a goal.
Look, I may as well be talking to myself, viewers, because these two are not going to pay any attention to me. This is like, it's a Liverpool game. He hasn't got a clue what he's talking about.
Dude,
yeah,
no,
just ignore him.
This is a massive game here. James Milner with the cross in here from the corner.
In. Goes right through to Salah.
I think he just beamed Ruben Dias in the face.
A little bit, yeah.
Liverpool retain possession, though. Whip it back into the danger zone.
This is the Liverpool of old. Look at how they're pressing.
They're hounding on it. The guy who can press it in play. I'm impressed by that. But City are mopping it up nicely, though. To be fair,
yeah. But you've got De Bruyne on the edge of his box having to do defensive duties. That's how pressing this Liverpool front six are being. It's really cool.
As a Man City fan, they would not be wanting to see their main playmaker sitting on their own box for sure.
It's certainly not for vast periods of the game, but if it's soaking up this Liverpool pressure enough that it frustrates Liverpool and then City can counterattack, I'm sure that'll still work.
Curtis Jones he just almost ran through Jack Grealish, who was completely unaware. He thought maybe there was a stoppage, it seemed. But Curtis Jones let him know he was there.
City calming the play down now, playing between the defenders.
We're already seeing the Liverpool front three starting to switch positions here, and you've now got Jota playing off of the right and Mane's on the left still. Salah's up the middle. Yeah.
The fluidity is fantastic again. Milner gently holding off Foden there. It was
gently like, you ain't getting nowhere. You
to
shall
be
not.
Fair, he didn't show him over. He just held his ground. That's another reason why he made me before. He's certainly more sturdy against someone like Foden, who's pretty stocky himself. So.
Chris in the chat says, "A up, lads. A up, Chris." This looking like the board draw I said it'd be. So far, no. So far, it looks like there's some fireworks here.
Oh, and
definitely.
George just got nutmegged.
And Chris, you thanks for popping in the chat, but you've just missed you getting a promotion to executive roving reporter now.
Yes, so you
executive.
You are now
field analyst, executive senior field analyst, rather.
And we also want to know whether you sourced any illicit substances from Jethro.
The dog's been round.
The dog's actually outside Matt's house right now. So. Like, he's got other places to be, Matt. Come
on. So James Pearce, and I'm not sure if anybody else has volume
Anthony breaking
on their TV.
And he's shoved it behind for a goal kick.
James Pearce of The Athletic and the Liverpool Echo is reporting, or he just sent out a tweet from the cop. The chant is, "Where's your European cups?"
Oh.
To be fair, they made the Champions League final last year and didn't get the job done, even though most bookies had them as favourites. To be fair, Chris in the chat says he's actually saw the dog outside the ground and he had no idea what was going on. Bless him.
Maybe he's a trainee drug dog. The drugs are so rampant in Turf Moor that he just was overwhelmed. They're everywhere. Oh my God! There's everything around here.
Well, maybe he got overwhelmed by the smell of Benedictine.
Maybe he just got high on his own supply.
Very possible. Very possible. Matty passing the ball out. Mane get blocked off and gets a free kick out of it. I'm not entirely sure that's a free kick, Sadio. I'll be pretty honest there, Tanner.
Well, Sadio,
I haven't seen the replay, so I mean, we'll find out here in a moment.
That's a good point there from Chris. Maybe he just wasn't across.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Chris. He's a dog that knows the streets.
Street dog.
Street dog.
James Milner with another sly cross into Mane.
Henderson.
Good clearance by City, though.
Snuffed out by City.
but there's nobody for Jesuit to play it to because everybody
plays out of play himself.
And that was out of play, and he carried on playing it as if he kept it in. Brilliant.
In fairness, you're going to, aren't you? Though.
I
love how you're not going to admit it, are you?
I love how we've kept going in canon with him now being Jesue.
Absolutely.
Well, we did it with Helen Rodriguez, so it's happening. And Holtag. Don't forget old Holtag at Everton.
Holtag. Mm-hmm. Who we haven't seen a whole lot of Holtag.
Didn't you call Harry Kane last year Spitty McGee as well?
That sounds like something I would say.
that sounds like a Mags thing for sure. Oh goodness. Connor McCabe in the chat says, quick fun fact, MLS club New York City FC and Man City are owned by the same ownership group. Yep, the same sky blue kits. True. They also have clubs in they have a club in Australia, and I think they've got clubs elsewhere too. It's all kind of the same vibe. Matt is in the dark. It's literally.
I'm usually in the dark in fairness, Anna. Unfortunately, the sun has now come back out again. So
the City conglomerate of football clubs is very much rivaling the Red Bull group of clubs.
Yes, they were. I believe that was part of the idea behind Messi coming to Man City last season, so they could send other teams in the City group. Because I think
it was New York. It was going to New York. Yeah. 2 years at City, then 2 years at New York. Yeah,
Lampard went at Man City, and then went off to New York, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Well, and it is very interesting as well. Speaking of Manchester City, these reports coming out earlier this week about the Newcastle United takeover and some of the ramifications going on in that continuing case here. The revelations that were, because of BN Sports. And favoritism showed by maybe some of the bigger clubs in regards to the takeover not happening. There was a lot of pressure internally by the Premier League on Newcastle United for that takeover to not happen. And, of course, Qatari Sports Group, who owns Manchester City, they certainly did not have an interest in a Saudi Arabian ownership in the Premier League alongside them. So there's a lot of things going on politically inside the Premier League right now.
Yeah, ironically, the reason the takeover was stopped was because of the fit and proper owners ruling, and yet the Qatari human rights controversy is certainly as bad as the Saudi Arabian ones.
It's atrocious, really.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, there's a lot of discontent there at Newcastle. Steve Bruce sitting on his laurels, knowing that he essentially is not going to get sacked, no matter how bad he does, because Mark Ashley doesn't want to pay out all his contract.
There will be another hearing in January, is my understanding, and if that hearing goes favorably, and there's been several officials. One noted that the Premier League is not competent to make its own decisions, which was interesting. If the ruling is favorable for Newcastle, then it's possible that we would have new owners of Newcastle United, perhaps this time next year.
As much as Newcastle United need anyone apart from Mike Ashley, the actual phrase "anyone but Mike Ashley" is not. It's not valid here because Mike Ashley is, he's scum of the earth, as far as I'm concerned. The way he treated his workers during COVID, as well as how he's treated the Newcastle fans and treated Newcastle literally like another business he can prop up his empire with. Yeah. The guy is garbage. I'm not mincing my words about it. Those are my own opinions, and if people don't like that, then they can at me.
But they go WATCHALONG UK. They can act
absolutely
any problems you've got whatsoever. If you have got an ingrowing toenail, blame Matt at the WATCHALONG UK.
If the drug dog did not arrive at your door,
then Matt has got him on speed.
Matt's either broken here with Foden, by the way.
It's actually at Matt.
Silver.
Good clearance here by Liverpool. Robertson
and behind
knocking it out.
by Robertson.
We saw an interesting statistic on the UK. Matt is opening a bag of crisps again, it looks like.
Oh, there you go.
Doing that on the regular on podcasts, very unprofessional of you. But yeah, we saw an interesting statistic on the UK broadcaster. It showed the positions of the average positions of the players on the pitch in the first 15 minutes, and pretty much all of City's team were pinned back in their own half, whereas only about 3 of Liverpool's team were actually in their own half, which just shows how attack-minded this Liverpool team's been so far. Totally going against what I said about that defensive midfield.
Indeed, City had a corner though, and Liverpool cleared it out, but City maintained possession in their own third.
Mm-hmm. So, what is it that you're eating, Matt?
Graham.
Matt is getting told off now. Not even on the same podcast.
I'm literally just having a biscuit. What is wrong with having a biscuit?
What kind of biscuit?
I'm glad you asked me, Tanner.
It looks like a chocolate digestive.
It is a McVitie's digestive, but it's a seasonal edition.
Oh. So why do you call them digestives? Is it because they're like high in fiber?
No, that was a sales tactic. When they were first brought out,
Jesus crossing, put the harbour mat in the corner.
As if they would give you digestive properties, when in reality there's no digestive properties at all in a digestive biscuit. It's literally just wheat.
I mean, fair enough. There you go. You learned something.
Christmas pudding ones. Jesus, Matt, you inhaled that one, sir. Christmas pudding ones do sound delicious. I've had the strawberry ones. They're nice.
They're very nice. Problem is that...
Oh, City on the break.
There's a chance there. You thought Phil Foden should maybe get the blonde hair.
M&M. Who's opened his own restaurant this week, I believe, called...
oh my goodness,
Mom
there
Spaghetti?
were 6 offside for City there.
Isn't it called Mom Spaghetti?
And they sell spaghetti and pasta.
Yeah. He was handing it out of windows.
Was the chef nervous?
His knees were weak, I heard, and his arms were heavy.
Yeah. Had Mom Spaghetti.
But on the surface, he looked calm and ready.
I mean, it's took 15 years for him to jump on that bandwagon, but that would be a restaurant I would happily go to.
And I'm guessing it's in the 8 Mile District of Detroit as well.
Yeah, I mean the only thing I'm slightly concerned about is what does Eminem know about
Liverpool pushing forward here again.
He knows that his mum can't cook good spaghetti because he vomits it on his sweater a lot.
Was it because it wasn't good spaghetti, or was it because he got nervous? Because he was
a little bit of both. In the film 8 Mile, his mum did live in a trailer.
Yeah, so maybe it had some. It was just bad spaghetti.
He wasn't nervous at all. He just had diarrhea.
Great save by Alisson!
Great save by Alisson. Phil Foden has been actually really threatening over this last few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a great save by Alisson coming out and closing Foden down.
Graham took good trouble.
Graham in the chat says September was steps for prostate cancer. I can only deduce October is the sponsored biscuit eating from the evidence that we have presented.
I love the fact that Matt gets abused on his own podcast with Graham, and then Graham comes over to a podcast that he's not a part of to carry on the abuse.
I will be right back.
He's got to get more biscuits. He's going to see Jeffro. Jeffro's had enough. He says, if you don't come now, I am not selling you any of these drugs.
What you couldn't see because of the shadows is Matt put up his phone to check his text messages, and it was Jeffro the dog.
I'm on my way, Jeffro. Wow.
Oh gosh, those are some special biscuits. I'll tell you what.
Very Moorish. They're very Moorish.
Kind of piney, you know.
Oh wow.
Oh goodness, this has been a good game so far. Still 0-0 after 20 minutes, but yeah. Ooh, welcome back, Matt.
Sorry about that. Someone at the door.
Jethro.
It was Jethro.
I sent him on his way with a tip.
Well, good. Hey, tip your dogs. That's what I always
Especially
say.
your drug dogs.
Tip your drug dogs.
Oh God, this has
been good fun already, though, again, gentlemen, for sure. Without a doubt, City are the most open chance so far in this game. Liverpool trying to rebuild from back a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
City did exactly what I predicted that they do, though. Soak up that
Mane
in,
and that's a great ball.
Arrived into Milner.
Quick cross. It goes to
Salah,
and then Milner is bullied off the ball, but it's corner. It looks like. Oh no, goal kick.
Yeah, it's gonna be a goal kick. It looks like it went
that,
off on
that
Milner.
battle between Foden and Milner is really hotting up.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good card.
Sent off. I think we're gonna see Milner go all Shakira on Phil Foden.
Well, his hips don't lie.
That'd be funny. Whoa. Whoa. Liverpool continue to press City very close, very deep into their half.
And the Liverpool throw. Well done, Andy Robertson there.
We get Trent on the sidelines here. He looks
blowing his bubble gum.
Yeah, he's missing this.
It's amazing.
Wow, look at those stats. Chances created first. Wow, the guy is a machine, an absolute statistic machine.
That's the thing. That's why it's such a loss to Liverpool and England when he doesn't play.
Mm-hmm. But all those stats though were attacking stats.
Yeah,
and that's from a fullback.
Ooh, dangerous here.
Lovely slab ball, and was that De Bruyne coming through? Whips it across, trying to claim for a City ball, but I don't think anybody made contact with that.
Yeah, I think that was just out on De Bruyne.
Mm-hmm. But the slide ball was gorgeous. So making his run and perfectly weighted. Yeah, nobody made contact with that De Bruyne. That was all you.
He expected Gabriel Jesus to be
out.
Yeah. He expected him to be a lot closer to goal than he was.
Never expect Jesui to be in the position that he should be in.
Well, if you want Isuyu to be anywhere near the ball, then you need him to be out doing what he's expected to do.
Just sweet.
Yes, sweet. I'm thoroughly convinced that Pep Guardiola has yet to sell Bernardo Silva because he just likes to play him against Liverpool. I'm convinced.
It's an expensive person to hold on to for 2 games
a real
season.
beating one about Bernardo Silva, so don't you?
I don't like him. I like him as a person, but I don't like him as a player.
You like him as a person, but not a player.
Yeah, I don't like him as a player.
That's fair. I don't like Sergio Ramos for both reasons.
Just at all.
You just don't like Sergio Ramos.
That was the end of the sentence.
Yeah, end of sentence. Yeah. I don't hate him because
you said on many occasions that you hate him.
No,
yeah, you said he belongs in jail. Yeah,
I said jail. Yes,
I said I want him arrested. I want him jailed, but I don't hate him.
Well, I would hate to see what
I don't like him.
What punishment you would give to someone who you did hate.
It takes something to hate somebody, Max.
Yeah, it takes hating
him. Ori's in the chat. She just asked if we got wrestling on the pitch. Yeah. It does happen.
Oh, this must be Ori's first ever Liverpool and City game.
Yeah, I think it is actually. Yeah,
that's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. I think you may be slightly ahead of us.
Yeah, Diaz gets the card here for dragging down.
That's
Andy
a
Robertson.
big card to get so early on.
Yep.
Oh no, captain of the day, Ruben Diaz.
He didn't really complain about it either. He knew
he went for the knee, and then when he lost the battle, he was going. When he lost the battle, he was the one who was going down. What? Yeah, he's clearly holding back Jota there.
Yeah,
and then wraps his arm around him. His complaint should be, "Why was I not sent off?"
Best defender in the league, my foot. What a dirty, cheating Sergio
What a
Ramos-esque.
fucking liar!
Ball in. Edison takes it quite easily.
Yeah, that cross had way too much on it, and Edison easily claims it.
Graham in the chat says the only thing Matt hates more than Ramos is when the cameraman cuts away from Finn Balor's abs during a wrestling match. I mean, that man worked hard for his body, you know. And
incidentally, in case you're wondering the faith I have in my team today, by the way, as in Liverpool,
you put a whole pound on him.
No, as in for the corner given, by the way. Our fantasy Premier League team. I dropped.
Actually checked this week.
I dropped Diaz. I dropped Diaz from my team.
You dropped him.
I did. I'm playing back.
How the fuck am I still rock bottom? I've got the best team by miles. That's some bullshit.
I mean, you got an okay team.
I've got Ronaldo and Lukaku.
Oh, so you got Ronaldo. Is that what happened?
And Lukaku.
Yeah, I tried getting Ronaldo.
Oh, what a ball!
No wonder I couldn't get him.
Unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't check the team. I should have.
We can't read that one out, Graham.
Meslier.
Graham, we can't read that one out.
Which is harder, Finn Balor's abs or Matt when he sees Finn's abs? I mean, there was no.
How do we carry that one out?
No banned words in that, Matt. And it's a valid question. Which one is harder? There's only really you that can answer that, Matt.
I don't expect you to answer it, here.
I do. I fully expect a detailed answer. Yeah.
He wants a detailed answer.
Isn't the good cop bad cop tonight? You know.
Oh. That's some cool.
You will know.
That's saucy.
Do you create some ranch dressing? That's what the world wants to know.
Graham, you want me to plead the fifth? It made good cop bad cop, to put it that way.
Sheeran's joined us back in the chat. How's it going?
Good to have you back with us. I love the image they've got for their picture, by the way. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, the Doge with glasses.
Absolutely brilliant. Yes, very cool. Very cool. Ori in the chat saying the answer is yes, and I back Matt up on that one.
I mean, he's a handsome chap.
Shar in the chat says Espanyol 2, Real Madrid 1 at the moment. That's good. That's good stuff.
I'm a shameless at the minute as a Barca fan. Our city rivals Espanyol beat Real Madrid. I mean, that's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That was like us with Man United and Everton today.
Yeah. Oh man, the troll job that Andros Townsend gave.
But that whole goal was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Damari Gray may be signing the season.
Yeah, maybe there will be.
I mean, he was only like less than £2 million.
1.7. Yeah.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
He almost lost the ball, won it back. Decore, who's like an absolute tank, powers off two defenders, plays in Townsend with the finish, and then he tells all the rest of the players, "Nope, give me a second," and does the troll Ronaldo boom in the corner with all the Man United fans behind him. Glorious.
He claims he was doing it out of respect for him. Nah,
Bollocks.
Respect's a funny thing, it seems.
and that goes with our friend Sharon in the chat by saying the real Barcelona for sure. And they absolutely loved Townsend's celebration by all accounts. And I think everyone loved it apart from Man United fans, pretty much.
Yeah, apart from Man United fans.
There was around 60,000 fans baying for Townsend's blood when he did that.
Oh, that was on the goal line when Edison passed it back.
This game has been played to the hilt by both teams.
Mm-hmm.
This is incredible stuff.
There's been barely any midfield action. It's literally been box to box.
Milner.
Now, look at Milner. Boom. Foden goes down.
Foden, the child, is crying.
He went down, saw the ball was still active, went to get it, and then when he was beaten to the ball, went back down again. Foden, man, come on.
And Grealish.
And now it's Grealish.
Grealish skies the ball.
Puts it puts it out for a throw-in.
Went out for a throw-in. Jesus Christ. But this City
and
Foden is still appealing.
Phil Foden needs to learn to stop crying.
Has he got a point here? Let's look at the replay.
Let's have a look at the replay.
No, he has no point. James Milner got the ball.
He did go in front of him. I don't think Milner makes contact with the ball.
But Foden goes down really easily.
He does go down very easily. There's contact to the back.
He does take his back leg, in fairness, Tanner, and I'm afraid that's a penalty for me.
Foden knee slides, gets back up, and when the ball is not available, that's when he claims for the penalty, which, I mean, fair play. That's how you should play football.
I disagree, Matt. I think that was so soft.
I'm trying to be unbiased here, Tanner.
I am
a foul
too.
by Jota.
that was not a foul by Jota. That was Kyle Walker doing some sort of acrobatics. What was that all about?
He's trying to do a Young Bucks flip.
Yeah, tried to give more bang for your buck there.
More.
Meltzer driver.
Oh no! I'm not giving.
And the
Phil
foul
Foden
was outside the box. Even if it was a foul, it was outside the box.
Yeah, that's not a penalty for me.
I don't believe it is. The foot contact is minimal at best. It's more the elbow pressed into the back that I'd be pulling up. But yeah, it was certainly outside the box.
Yeah, Phil Foden just wants he just wants something for his team here today. I get that.
Sharon saying he would have played Torres with Jesui on the left, Torres on the right, Foden in the false nine, and he would have taken Grealish out. You know, that actually makes sense because Foden has been the most lively player for City so far.
Ironic thing you're saying there, sir, is that you're saying that the £100 million man shouldn't be playing.
Oh, De Bruyne.
Oh, an over from De Bruyne. And
they're getting closer. City are getting closer to the goal.
To be fair, all Liverpool pressing early on, and they had one shot on goal, and it wasn't on target.
Mm-hmm. City have certainly come into this game in the last 15 minutes, so they're having the much better chances.
Yeah, it seemed like Liverpool were controlling about the first 20, and now City have bounced back in the last 10 to 15.
Graham, behave yourself.
that is a quality joke, Graham. Well played, sir.
It's okay. It was a cup match.
Boom. And it was the weather was turgid in that game. I've heard that the players were a little bit nippy.
Mm-hmm. It was quite a torrential downpour, and everybody was wet.
Yeah, and there actually was almost an own goal in the game. One of the defenders ran a right boob of the clearance.
Sharon is saying
we will do our best to keep you abreast of all the action.
Yeah,
indeed, for sure. Sharon is saying he's not worth 100 million in the first place. I tend to agree.
Market forces, though, it's supply and demand.
Indeed, Ori, everyone, being one of Sharon's on Twitch, and this is happening with YouTube from Ori. Why should he start now? It's a good point, Max. Why should he be starting now?
Why should who be starting now?
Why should Grealish be starting now?
Because you spent £100 million on a player.
Yeah, you spent a lot of money on him. I feel like there's some internal pressure for Jack Grealish to start because he's the £100 million man for City.
Yeah.
You don't spend that sort of money and then not play him, do you?
Correct. I mean, but man, you say that to Leicester, who spent 30 million on Daka, and the guy can't get on the pitch, which is annoying the fuck out of me.
30 million, but 30 million and 100 million are quite.
Ori was not asking about the game. She was asking about why Graham should start behaving now.
So we went all the way through that, Ori. And it wasn't even what you wanted to know.
It was a valid question both ways. To be fair, well, Graham won't behave. It's just my way of saying for him he's something bad usually.
I feel misled, to be honest.
And if you want to see more of Graham chastising Matt, go and check out this week's episode of Good Cop Bad Cop pre-show on the Good Cop Bad Cop YouTube channel. It's fun. Matt gets told off quite a lot on that episode.
I get told off every week, let's face it. I'm not even there next week either. Graham in the chat with nice stats for Mag. We like our stats, obviously, here. Ryan Brewster, 23 million, and still not a league goal for Sheffield United in 30 to 31 games.
We fleeced Sheffield
United. You sneaky bastards ripped Sheffield United clean up. You sent them down because of that sale. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll do you a deal. We'll sell you Ryan Brewster. He's quality. And we'll give you for only 23 million. That seems like a lot, Jurgen. No, trust me, he will get you the goal. Quickly, sign this contract.
Foden on the ball. Hey, Jesui.
I like how you believe it's Jurgen Klopp who's there for these meetings. Not Michael Edwards. Yeah. Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, or John Henry.
On a fight again.
I don't even think John Henry's available at those meetings. He's probably in Boston. Like,
I'm available. Yeah. I'll negotiate. It's fine.
Put this in the newspaper, kid.
You would have kept Brewster. You would have let Mane go for Brewster.
I would not.
No, Sheffield. You don't want.
Might have tried to carry.
Loan Thiago to Sheffield. That's what they need to do.
He's the most overrated player that's ever worn a Liverpool shirt. You can have him for nothing. Guys, we'll keep paying his wages.
We'll pay 100% of the wages to loan him to you.
Guys, we have just seen James Milner do a no-look back-heeled pass out of the area.
Yeah, he's amazing. James Milner is timeless. James Milner will continue to play for Liverpool until he's 45 years old.
Which is probably next week.
It might be his birthday. Do you think Liverpool will use their buyback option? Ask Graham the chat. No.
I mean,
it's not likely as things stand, unfortunately.
If the buyback option is for like $1 million and then they can fleece another club with him, why not sell the same player twice?
If he went on and scored a goal in the next 30 games, then I mean they might. But
why not? Spurs did it with Robbie Keane.
They also tried it with Gareth Bale once. Yeah.
No, Spurs actually sold Robbie Keane twice.
No, yeah, I know. I got your point. They
actually made a £5 million profit on Robbie Keane as well.
Did they not sell Peter Crouch twice as well, or was that Portsmouth?
Portsmouth. Yeah. Because he got sold to... Peter Crouch has had quite the career, actually.
Yep, Stoke.
But cameraman can't give up the action
Liverpool,
here.
Spurs. Yeah.
Burnley.
Oh, yeah. Did he play for Burnley?
Well, played is a loose term, but he drew a wage.
It's a bit liberal to say that he played for Burnley.
Yeah, he was on the books.
I can just imagine Sean Dyche looking around. Do we have Peter Crouch? Is Peter Crouch here?
Yeah, he's just there hiding behind the goalpost. I don't really want to play for this shower shit.
I like the idea of him just hiding from Sean Dyche for weeks on end.
With a hat stand on his head, just blending.
I know he's here. I just can't find him.
Not a hat stand, a lampshade.
Yeah. When did Turfmoor get a palm tree in the corner?
And with some branches and some twigs on
like
leaves.
Sideshow Bob, yeah.
Oh, good lord.
This is the completely falling apart, of course. See a break here.
Yeah.
Eat of a ball there by Joel Matip, who has been a tank.
Yeah, these City players are soft.
Matip actually manages to win the goal kick off of Jesui.
Jesui doing the old bobbity boobity.
Bibbity boobity.
Hey, it's me, Jesui. He went down very loud.
What do you guys think about Chris Pratt being Mario in the new movie, by the way?
I think whoever made that decision lived up to the name of Pratt.
Bearing in mind it's an animated movie, Mag, it's just voice work.
Oh, well, that's fine. I like Chris Pratt, to be fair. I think he's
He's an
fun.
animated.
You thought that Chris Pratt was going to be in a red hat and suspenders?
Hi, it's me, Chris Pratt.
It's Chris
Yeah,
Pratt.
the memes have been fantastic, and of course we've got Jack Black doing the voice for Bowser, so that should be fantastic.
Oh, okay.
That's some great voice work he does. Oh,
And yet again, Milner just absolutely bullies, and that's a deserved yellow card. Absolutely just tore Phil Foden a new one there.
I think Phil Foden's going to be taught a lesson in respect today by James Milner.
Never dye your hair blonde again. You look a fucking idiot.
You Eminem wannabe.
I'd like to point out, by the way, James Milner is now just one booking behind his entire total for last season.
Well, he's not fucking about.
Yeah, I mean,
last year he had 3 yellow cards by the end of the season.
He is playing a little bit more than what he
He played 20 games last year.
And playing more out of position than what he did last year.
This is true, unfortunately.
The issue now is that he's got a full half to go with Phil Foden attacking him.
I'm just saying. Simicast is on the bench.
That was a terrible free kick.
A good shout.
Simicast.
But will Phil Foden have his way with Simicast? Will be able to to run him ragged?
They could always put Robertson to right back, but that would be an unwise move.
He'll just spray him in the eyes with tzatziki sauce, and Phil Foden won't be able to see where the goal is.
That a Greek thing?
Yeah, that's a Greek thing.
I don't eat a lot of Greek.
Really? You don't?
No.
It's delicious. You should try it sometime.
Moussaka is my limit usually.
Moussaka. Ooh, Liverpool trying to press inwards. Nothing going there. Henderson pressing up to Cancelo.
We haven't seen any real Liverpool attacks for the last 15, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Liverpool let off the gas and let
even coming from the other side of the pond, Conor McCabe giving Matt grief for being a chef. I made some mac and cheese and instant mashed potato. Does that make me a chef like Matt?
Oh, what a save by Allison!
It actually makes you more of a chef. You're way more qualified because you actually heated the products up yourself rather than use Chef Mark.
Well, and that's because Matt's actually a doctor.
Are we still on that horse? Are we, Tanner?
And we're gonna ride it until it can't ride no more.
It's a big horse, you know.
That was a great ball and another great stop by Allison.
Phil Foden again.
The chat saying stuffed grape leaves are amazing.
Stuffed grape leaves.
Mm-hmm.
I've not actually had stuffed grape leaves before.
Yeah, they're not bad. Wouldn't be my go-to thing for sure.
What do you stuff the grape leaves with?
You can stuff it with well, pretty much anything, Tan. I suppose you could stuff it with like a cheese. You could stuff it with like a sauce of your choice if you wanted to. Depends what you stuff it with. If you mince it enough, you can stuff anything into it.
So on my regular trips to Turkey, I say we. The wife doesn't like it, but we have Jesuit. You can get a food called dolma, which is stuffed leaves, usually vine leaves, but they sometimes do use grape leaves. And they stuff it with like a rice and vegetable mix. It's absolutely delicious, really.
Yeah. Or you has meat in hers, yeah.
Oh yeah, or he's reiterating that with the meat. Mm.
Yeah, I like mine with pine nuts, rice, a little bit of spice, and pepper. Yeah, really good.
Mm.
Like a pine nutmegs.
Liverpool seeking to close out this first half here. They're going to try and make something happen in the dying
Last minute of time lost here. Milner. Fabinho.
Extra time.
It's not been a boring 0-0.
But 0-0 all the same. And as we say that, Liverpool on the break. That ball spread.
Henderson stops it on the line.
Oh, that's kept on. And ironically, if Hendo would have just left that would have been Foden taking it out for a throw-in. And it looks like Klopp needs a shit because he ran right down the touchline.
He always does that every game, man.
Jeff Rowe, the wonder dog, is there.
Yeah, he got the text. He's like, gotta go.
That's when I'll be back in a minute, lads.
Left my cigarettes at home. I got to go and pick them up from Jethro the dog.
Fabinho, what did you want? I'll go and pick it up. Oh wow!
So yes, it is half time.
Yeah, half time. Fun times. All right, halftime here for Radio Tekkers. Did y'all want to talk about the results from the rest of the weekend?
Well, we can gloss over them a little bit. We are going to be doing the volley tomorrow. We are going to do the volley tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So,
the volley.
Before we get there, I think the cheese that Ori's on about is probably going to be either halloumi or sanangake.
Bless you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
If you want to try it, if you say that again, Mag, I think you're going to start things start floating behind you.
Halloumi.
Get that thing behind you start floating, I think.
What thing? These tartar belts?
Yeah, you're going to start floating behind you in general. Because you keep saying, like a ritual beginning. Halloumi is what you're talking about there, definitely, yes. Thank you, Ori, for clarifying.
Yep.
It's been an interesting half, gentlemen. Interesting half for sure. What would you think? Foden has certainly been the most
lively.
Active, yes. He's certainly been the most lively for sure. He's had his handful.
Yeah, it has been an interesting game. City had the most possession, most of the shots. Liverpool actually only had one shot all the way through the game, which is interesting to say how much they dominated early on. But it certainly wasn't a boring game. Very lively. It feels like it's on the edge of maybe sparking into almost a riot. But yeah, it certainly wasn't a boring game. Certainly not like the City and Chelsea game that we watched last week, where it kind of like it ended up being in tedium. This has certainly got goals in for damn sure.
I certainly hope so.
I would agree. I mean, it does seem as though the whole game's been played on a knife's edge by both teams, really. There's been some great defensive action as well as some great offensive action. The game's actually evened out to where it's nearly been played through the midfield, which is where you would expect this game to be won and lost, I think. I think City mounted a good comeback, and I think that Liverpool really needed for this halftime to come. I think that they needed to have a chance to go back and regroup and then come up with a new plan. It'll be interesting to see if they keep James Milner on and that he'll carry on in the game, or if Klopp decides that he needs to make a change by subbing in. Cost us, or to maybe another center back like Konate. Maybe he throws another center back in there.
He may put Neco in.
He might. I would be very nervous to put Neco in, though. Against this Phil Foden, I wouldn't put Neco Williams in.
But this Phil Foden would run him ragged.
Yeah. If it was Trent, I would trust it. But it's not. It's Neco Williams.
Is that because the real Phil Foden has stood up?
Perhaps so, and we're all drowning.
To be fair, he played better in the entirety of this first half than in the entirety of the Euros.
Yeah, we're getting more replays here in the States of Phil Foden diving. Really, if I'm being generous, outside the penalty box.
If I'm being generous, if I'm being generous, I think that he dived. Oh wow! But it's interesting that Milner was the most lively Liverpool defender, picked up a booking, and then on the City side, their most lively defender, Ruben Dias, picked up a booking as well. So I wonder if we'll see that switch, because that's something that Salah and Mane and Jota can certainly target, especially with Jota looking like he's going one-on-one against Ruben Dias. I can see him kind of almost tempting a foul out of Diaz and looking to get City down to 10 men.
It'd be interesting to see, too, if Liverpool decide to put Bobby in somewhere to maybe try and maybe bring Bobby in late on against Curtis Jones, or not against Curtis Jones, but in place of Curtis Jones somewhere, or maybe even Jordan Henderson. I don't know. Simply because Bobby had a great game against Porto midweek, scoring 2 goals, and he looked to be in pretty sharp form as well. So Klopp might look to take advantage of Firmino's fitness and form right now.
And Graham in the chat, for people who don't understand betting, Matt's bet of £1 at 12-1 means he has lost £1. I mean, if you got 4-0 Liverpool at 12-1, you had your pants pulled down because
I didn't.
I
didn't. I had 40-1.
There we go. But the end result is still the same. You've still lost that £1.
It's possible. I would like to point out the game is not over yet, gentlemen, and it very possibly could be a reverse because you never know. I mean, Liverpool were not great in the first half. I mean, pressing, yes, but not great.
The first 10 minutes, they were certainly great. They were exciting to watch.
Exactly.
It's just the rest of the 35.
Ori and Connor in the chat both think that there's not 4 goals in this game. I mean, I've seen stranger things happen, but these two teams...
I'm sorry to say, I'm taking umbrage. I'm taking umbrage with Mr. McCabe here, who says the Tekkers curse is alive and well to 45. The Tekkers curse does not exist, sir. At all.
That's very, very true. I mean, we haven't watched a 0-0 in quite some time, certainly not this season. And then we've got Graham saying he had to guess the odds for comedy purposes. Well, your guess is usually right 27% of the time.
Mm-hmm. So we've got a lot. We've got a lot of game time to go here. It seems it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this shakes out.
For sure, unfortunately, for sure.
Any other predictions going into the second half?
Well, I've got to admit my 4-1 looking a little bit more ropey now, but I'd be more inclined to. I think 2-0 still doable for Liverpool. 2-0 for Liverpool is still doable, but I've got to admit it's favouring Man City a little bit more now. They're coming for us here.
Respectfully, Matt, and this is coming from Aura. Respectfully, Matt, and I know F all about football/soccer. You didn't need that slash bit there whatsoever. I'll be shocked if we get more than 2 goals total between both teams. So what you meant, Aura, was disrespectfully, Matt. But I still think there's goals in this game. I think 2-0 seems to be a decent prediction. I think a draw would be more likely. So I still think there's goals. I'm going to go with a one apiece draw now. I'll halve my two apiece from the beginning of the match though. England versus Scotland, Graham, was not this season. That was in the post-season.
That was in the Euros.
Indeed, the last time, but there was a Premier League match with 0-0 was February, so which we covered anyway.
All right.
Did me research, gentlemen. Did me research. So I appreciate you guys trying to a little bit, but nah, you're not gonna rattle me here. Not gonna rattle me here with the Tekkers curse.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, with this Tekkers curse that Graham continues to reiterate from week in, week out, it's yet to rear its ugly head. Really, ultimately, everything shakes out in the end for Liverpool fans. But we have had some dicey moments. I will say that for sure. We have had some dicey moments.
Graham, I couldn't remember it, but I looked it up.
Let's see.
It's all good. Right, so whilst we get ready for the second half, gentlemen, which is imminently about to start, of course. How are your your fantasy teams doing? Mags, you are
Why don't you piss off?
You are doing okay.
Oh, thanks. That was very patronising. I'm rock bottom of the league. Let's call a spade a spade. I'm 16 points adrift of Tanner in second place, and I'm 18 points adrift of you, even though I've got a way better team. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm happy with our team.
You're happy with the
I haven't even looked at my team here.
Yet you're in second. Brilliant.
Yeah. Let me see here. Let me pull this up here. Premier League Fantasy. There we go. There it is.
I'm quite pleased with mine. I mean, yes, it's because I'm top. At the same time, I wasn't top until this afternoon's games happened. I dropped down a second.
Yeah, so, you and I only are apart by 2 points here, Matt.
Yeah, we've got some good stuff going on for sure. I've dropped Diaz, so I'm glad that I'm not going to pick up any penalty points from him if he gets sent off.
I've got Robertson and Grealish and Edison playing in this game, so I'm certainly going to pick up some points in this game, but it's not looking good. I mean, it's still quite tight though. I mean, you can easily claw back 18 points in a single game week. So I am not worried. I think my team will come good, especially if Kane and Son start firing on all cylinders again.
Graham said, came here because I was tired of Mason talking fantasy and now this. I might even go and listen to Dungeon Junkies and the Builder Pain. Should be a Z, yeah, not an S, but never mind. It's all good. Graham, it's all good, Graham. Ripping me out for talking about fantasy? Kids. God, Gabe saying, just realised we haven't had a mass attack this episode yet. There's still over half to go yet, mate.
That's because he hasn't said anything particularly ridiculous yet. There is time, though. There's certainly time.
There is always time, of course. Of course, I will put our predictions up, of course, ready for second half, of course. Here we go. You know, you sketch the Tanner thing, 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 to Arsenal.
It's become a meme in itself now.
Yeah, I mean, I get where Graham's coming from in that last season we had a lot of bad Liverpool games that we've watched where the result did not go the right way, for the Liverpool Reds. But I mean, I think the turning point for that game or for that that curse was the last game of the season when Liverpool finished third in the league. I feel like that would have been the curse breaker right there, if you will. Is it good to point? Is it a good point to raise how well Brussels sprouts go better with fish than chips? Okay, so this is from last week.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen Matt angrier than
he was angry
than when we brought up Brussels sprouts and chips together. Are there any other
in place of the chips they are, Tanner?
In place of the chips. My apologies. So, Matt, are there any other weird food combinations that freak you out?
To be fair, if you'd asked me this one when I was growing up as a kid, I would have said that chili and chocolate was a weird combination. It's not, of course. It works fantastically well. There's so many things. I mean, who for the first person to put cheese with onion, for example? It works so beautifully as a combination. Cheese and tomato as well, by the same token.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, everyone said, you can't be putting a fruit with this wonderful soured milk. But it works beautifully.
I get your point, but I suppose every food combination at some time has been looked at as ridiculous.
Yes, but this one is wrong. It is absolutely wrong, and under no circumstances should you ever be putting Brussels sprouts with any form of fish. Hit the button.
That desk took a beating then.
Yeah.
Oof. I mean, I agree, but it's only because I dislike.
If you see something, say something.
I would agree, but that's only because I dislike Brussels sprouts. But
just in general, as a rule of thumb,
I think deep frying leaf vegetables it's not. No, that's disgusting, horrific. And having leaf vegetables.
And the weird thing is, Mag, if you want to replace your chips with fried Brussels sprouts at Red Lobster, because that's where it comes from, there's a surcharge for that as well.
They charge you more.
They charge you an extra $2.50 for that.
Well, if you pay that, you first of all got more money than sense, and second of all, you should not be allowed to make your own decisions.
We are underway for the second.
We are back underway.
We are.
No changes at the half.
Sisters,
City
brothers,
and,
and non-binary others, we are back on the way here at Anfield. It is Liverpool 0, Man City 0. It is me, the magnificent Matt Willis, joined by Detective Gentleman Tanner Pruitt and the Podfather himself, Mr. Kablam Mags, and we'll be guiding you through the remainder of Liverpool versus Manchester City. Okay, so, gentlemen, the UK feed here does not have Milner as being booked.
Well,
or Ruben Diaz. Even though they're very far. So they need to update their things. We're updated here. We're across everything here, of course, aren't we, gentlemen?
Indeed. Oh, goodness.
Yes, Connor.
Yes,
doing
yes,
it. And Liverpool have an advanced position free kick, it seems like. He's throwing it back to the goalkeeper. One way he was trotting forward with a ball in his hand for a moment. I was replying to Connor's message. Sorry about that. Or he wants a tomato sandwich now, apparently.
No, tomatoes are not a nice thing to eat. Not in the form that they're in. I mean, minced up into a sauce is fine.
We used to have a customer come up, Mags, on a regular basis asking for a tomato sandwich. If they're paying the money, they're going to have a sort of thing.
Sir, this is a doctor's surgery.
And I said, madam. I said, certainly, madam. What can I get? I can sort it out for you straight away. But only real butter, none of this sunflower spread. Because we use sunflower spread, which is vegan, you see, so everyone can have it, sort of thing. And it's also because we have a lot of lactose intolerant people nowadays.
Cheaper.
Good save by Edison across.
And again, Liverpool looked dangerous here to start the second half.
But she demanded the butter, and I'm like, oh, that's fair enough. We've also had one onside there. Actually, to be fair, don't worry, they didn't put it flag up. To be fair, though, either.
Well held by Edison, though.
We also have a customer who comes on a regular basis asking for a cheese and cucumber sandwich, and she wants the cucumber cut to within a foul of an inch.
So why not just grate the cucumber?
And she also wants the rind taken off and the crust taken off her sandwich.
And this is in a hospital.
This is a member of staff.
I thought you were trying to make people feel well, not.
This is a member of staff who wants their sandwich cut a certain way as well.
So then I would respectfully say to her, "Why don't you just get fucked and make her own sandwiches and bring them?"
Jota. Sorry. Why don't you get and Jota?
I do apologize. I did apologise, by the way. I got it slightly wrong. It's $1.99, not $2.50 for the substitution. He had
that makes all the difference.
We're still talking about the Brussels sprouts.
It still calls it ridiculous, though. And this isn't a kid. Get them a juice box too.
Oh, I could really drink a pineapple juice box.
Delicioso.
Or shouting at me now in the chat. Listen, just slow the caps, Ori. Calm down. Yeah. I'm not saying that the taste of tomatoes isn't delicious. Yeah. I just don't like the texture of biting chunks of tomato. That's all.
I really don't like anything where tomato touches bread.
Tomato.
I feel like the combination of tomato as well as a couple of other things. Tomato.
No,
let's call the whole thing off.
But yeah, I feel like
breaking now.
It ruins the texture of anything that involves bread. Like the tomato makes things extra soggy, and I'm just not here for that. I'm not here for that nonsense. Now spaghetti, I'm all about it. Yeah, give me that tomato.
Matip to Jota. Good save by Edison.
Ooh.
And that nearly dropped for Salah as well. Just a little bit over his head. That's the best chance that Liverpool have had so far.
No, Graham, there is a difference between tomato sauce and tomato.
Correct.
And pizza is dough, not bread.
Correct.
Well, it's still a bread style.
Yes.
But Tanner is also correct that the actual chunks of tomato don't touch the base.
If you put sliced tomato on a pizza, then you're a Nazi. You're a fascist.
You can put sliced tomato on a pizza, Tanner. You can.
No, I know, but if you do,
then you can do it. But why?
But why would you do it?
You're gonna make me drink, aren't you?
It's a crime.
It's a great shipping there by Virgil van Dijk.
You can murder people in the street, but why would you do it?
If you choose to, you could.
I'm trying. I'm being a Pori's one. She hates all of us.
Sorry to burst your bubble, Ori, but my team didn't lose. They drew.
They couldn't beat. They could. Norwich got their first point of the season. Yes.
Yeah, aren't those your first points of the season, or no?
No, we're on 3 points now.
Oh.
We gave Norwich their first points because we felt good and we actually got ripped off in that game. We should have had 2 penalties in that game.
Let's give you a helping hand here.
We will be talking about that at length, of course, on the volume mags, of course.
I'm sure we will, especially if roving reporter, executive vice president to
the presidential
Jim
cabinet.
Ross, if he's on the show, he'll have a lot to say, I'm sure.
Well,
yes, we bobbity boopity pulling at my shirt.
He should be playing in Serie A. What is this? Like,
this is why we don't cover Serie A, because I think we'd be taken off the air.
Yeah. We would get one game in and we would be banned from all of YouTube.
If there's anybody out there watching who would like to cover Serie A with me, please get in touch with me at
Milner
Radio Tekkers.
Tanner has got his own false mustache and red plumber's hat ready to go.
I've actually got the hat.
Can you believe this?
Yeah.
And here comes Jota, barges the ball, and and Walker is running a fine.
Kyle Walker was going bobbity boobity as well.
He was about to have like an embolism. What?
I mean,
the first one's fine. The second one,
that's a foul.
The first one was on the edge though because he really stretched to barge Jota off the ball. Then the second one.
The first one, I would say, the first one's not a foul in my opinion. The second one. Yeah. So we've got
crime must be a skill set for Manchester City players during the scouting reports. They got a scout.
Van Dijk.
How emotional are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How dare you ask this question? You'll fit right in.
Do you cry often? Yes. Oh.
Connor's saying that we should have a special episode of Tekkers where you watch a
back in from Jones
because he wants to see me and Matt reacting to American football. I would be down for that. Yep. The Super Bowl game is coming up.
I think we'll do it. No,
that's fine. That's fine on me.
We'll do it. We will do it. Hell,
I've been to Wembley Stadium. I've seen NFL live.
I think we could do a Super Bowl. I think we can do the Super Bowl, but it's going to be like what, January
Jota's
or
running
February.
the ball.
Jota's just
Salah.
beating like all
Salah
of
goes
Manchester
down.
City.
That's not a penalty. Salah,
to be fair,
That's
Salah
dangerous.
dived then. He dived. Did his best Tom
Anfield-
Daly impression.
Anfield screened for a penalty. Mo Salah didn't ask why. He just got straight back up again.
Yeah, he didn't complain.
I mean, that was Mo Salah's fault because he ran into Cancelo.
If it is, it's outside the box anyway, so it's fine.
He's on the line.
I saw the Rams versus the Bengals at Wembley Stadium, Tanner.
Oh,
And I'm sorry for your loss.
It wasn't great. But it wasn't great. But I tell you what, it's going to be much faster in person.
Next time the two of you, or one of the two of you, decide, hey, I want to try and buy tickets to an NFL game in England, let me know well in advance, and I'll tell you if it's a game worth going to.
So you say that. Me and my two boys were looking to go to one last season, but obviously pandemic happened and they didn't travel to the UK. But I think the next one we're looking at is Jacksonville. Who did they play recently? Because it's the same game that they played recently. I'm going to look it up.
So Tony Khan's Jacksonville Jaguars. I think the last game they played, they may have lost. Who was that?
Miami Dolphins.
Oh gosh. Okay.
You talking about hand egg, Connor? Are you there in the chat?
Yeah.
But I think that may be too soon because I think that's back in a couple of weeks.
Don't start doing that because
Cancelo gets booked.
He's on my list.
So it says on the NFL website that next season, the 2022 season, there'll be at least 4 games played in the UK. Over the first 8 years of that agreement, the league will select 4 clubs from the conference that will host non-regular seasons internationally, non-regular season home games internationally, and the UK are going to get 4. Potentially Mexico and Germany are going to get some.
Mexico and Germany. That's interesting.
And it looks like the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be on that list pretty regular because obviously they're owned by Tony Khan, and they've been doing London games every year for the last 8 years. So they're going to be volunteering for those games.
Makes his job, I guess,
in the chat
a little bit
saying
easier.
I wouldn't pay money to see a Jaguars game, but that's just me. You couldn't pay me to watch a Jaguars game.
I mean, I would go and watch it.
I wouldn't watch it out of principle. I mean, a lot of people who... Go on.
If you went and watched Jacksonville play Miami, that would be pretty rough. Both are
shit.
Both are pretty bad.
One thing a lot of people have been hating. I've been saying about WWE are never going to do Wembley Stadium because it's too expensive, sort of thing. And then underneath said how they're going to be doing Craven Cottage next year, AEW. Craven Cottage, that's like WWE doing Madison Square Garden, and then you've got AEW deciding to do, no offense here, a literal bingo hall.
Yeah, Craven Cottage is not the amazing stadium that Tony Khan is making it out to be. It's a shithole. It's a veritable shithole of a stadium.
Yeah, always saying in the chat, wow. Unfortunately, it really isn't good.
No,
really
honestly, it's
good
one
at
of the
all.
worst stadiums to go to.
It's pretty bad.
They can't even fill their stadium.
The best thing about Fulham Stadium was when they put a statue of Michael Jackson outside it.
Let's go!
Mane!
And Mane scored.
Scores goal 1-0 to Liverpool.
Out of nowhere. Sadio Mane breaks ranks and runs clear.
Certainly not against a run of play. Liverpool have really been the Barata team in this second half. Created more in this opening 10 minutes or so than they did in the whole of the first half. But that goal came from nowhere. It was a great break. Well played by the the front three of Liverpool, as we're getting a replay now, it essentially starts in Liverpool's defence.
Yeah. Milner dishes out to Fabinho, who dishes out to Salah. Salah, just the thunder and lightning between Salah and Mane, and Mane slots it in past Ederson.
They did that for fun a couple of years ago. That's brilliant. I was wowed about the goal. Oh, you're ahead of us, Ori. That's why. Sorry.
Yeah.
There is no curse, Graham.
Connor is talking about Boca Juniors playing River Plate in the Super Classico today. That's been a game that I've been wanting to cover on here for a while now. But
Tanner, that's not a game, that's a fight.
I know.
That's a scheduled.
Yeah, that's a mag.
That's what I want.
You get Mags and Carlos on to commentate about it.
That's what I want. No, I mean there's been Super Classicos before where the stakes have been so high. But yeah, I have a friend who's from Argentina, and he's a big River fan. Yeah, he's told me countless stories about going to River Plate and Boca Juniors games. It's outstanding.
Well, I mean, no time like the present then, sir. Go and tune in and watch it, and perhaps you and Connor could cover it.
There you go. Well, I still got to do it.
Slide in his DMs, Connor. Slide in his DMs.
Well, I mean, it's later today, so I mean, you and I are going to be doing a change in Raw or a change in SmackDown.
Wow, only 20 episodes in, and you've forgotten the name of the podcast.
No, we're changing attitudes about.
And Mane fought again.
Mane in through. Oh, Ederson!
And Ederson sweeper keepers it.
I genuinely thought it was nearly a handball there.
Even though I can't stand Manchester City, it still unnerves me when Ederson just pops out a goal like that. It's just like, what are you doing? Like, I know he's in control most of the time, but scary.
I mean, that we just get another replay of the goalie and the sixth sense between Salah and Mane is just glorious to behold. And it's a really calm, decisive finish by Mane. Starting to really hit a purple patch again now after really struggling to perform last season. Great ball by Robertson. Great defending there by Diaz.
I think so Connor's noting that the Super Classico between River Plate and Boca Juniors, that there have been riots. There have been before. I think the documentary that he's referring to is it's on YouTube. It's really well done. It's actually about the Copa Libertadores matchup where Boca Juniors and River Plate made the finals, and the I guess tensions got so bad that the game actually had to be moved to the Santiago Bernabeu, out of Argentina and to the Santiago Bernabeu in Spain on neutral ground, because
remember that, yeah,
it's just amazing. And River Plate ultimately got the better of Boca Juniors, so River Plate, they feel like they have the advantage over the Boca Juniors fans. Lots of hatred between the two fan bases here. But we are, of course, watching Liverpool versus Manchester City here today.
And there's plenty of hatred between those fans.
Look, we've got about half an hour.
Maybe not murderous. Maybe it's not as murderous as
we've got Milner, Henderson, and Salah over the free kick.
It's more like football fans.
Salah!
Oh, and that not far away. Very low, almost like a daisy cutter shot.
Mm-hmm.
We certainly saw a gap in the wall. I think Ederson was quickly across enough that,
I think that
he would have had it covered. But
I like the fact that the little player is all smiling still. They've got a lot of energy still.
Yeah,
Milner's got. Is it?
No, Milner's taken the
corner given.
Corner, yeah. You could see a deflection there as the ball went wide. I like the little fake outs that Milner and Henderson did in the lead up to that free kick.
Almost very kind of like Bruno Fernandes taking a penalty style.
The prancing pony, as you call him, Max.
Absolutely right. It annoys the it boils my piss.
So did it make you happy when he missed again last week against Villa?
I mean,
Kyle Walker.
Kyle
Walker's still crying.
How has he not been booked?
He's got to be careful here.
Has Kyle Walker actually been booked? I don't think.
He has been.
No, it's Cancelo and Diaz. And
Milner brought in.
Cancelo. Easily covered. Beat the first man, Milner. Do not know the first rule of whipping a crossing.
Absolutely. I think our chief superintendent of scouting.
Our resident drugs dog buyer,
scouting correspondent, and field
analyst.
You have a lot of new titles here, Mr. House. I hope you're happy, sir. Always says you've got to be the first man, and here comes the man who is well loved at Anfield. He said half sarcastically, Raheem Sterling.
So
Pep Guardiola just gave him the coldest hug I've ever seen one man give to another man.
In our pre-chat, we were talking about Rangers being 1-0 down against Hibs, and that maybe being Steven Gerrard's first loss in the league as a Rangers manager. They actually came back and won 2-1.
Wow, that's fantastic result for them.
And Morelos getting the goals.
That was if they'd have held on, they'd have gone joint top. By the way, Hibs.
Diogo Jota's been booked for a clash in with Kevin De Bruyne.
To be fair, he was down.
It was just the comedy of it. He clips the bottom of Kevin De Bruyne's foot, and then he collapses himself and just body checks Kevin De Bruyne.
Grealish is off. Sterling is on.
That was £100 million well spent there.
Grealish looks furious.
Sterling, who they paid literally half the money to Liverpool for, is now on the pitch.
They gave Liverpool 50 million plus James Milner.
I mean, who's had the better out of the deal?
Well, James Milner has won a Champions League, and Sterling has not. That is a fact.
That is the metrics that you base your football success on.
To be fair,
did you win the Champions League? No. You're a fucking failure.
I mean, that is City's grand goal. That is City's, that's what they've been trying to achieve.
They've won
for 10
everything,
years.
Mag, but the fact they've not won the Champions League sticks in their craw, for sure.
Well, we assume that Pep may never want to win the Champions League. He might see that as a tin pot cup.
If he didn't want
the commercialisation of football, he doesn't agree with the Champions League. So he self-sabotages. So
great block by Milner and Addison plays.
Just imagine for a minute, Mags, Pep Guardiola in an executive boardroom saying, "You know what? I'm not all about this Champions League."
If that was the case, Mag, then he would have gone to manage Arsenal.
Where he never has to worry about it because he'll never qualify.
He'd be setting up tones at the Emirates.
Actually, to be fair, he probably would do quite a good job with Arsenal. He'd probably shake him back in the...
I mean, he probably
Great ball in and a bit too long, unfortunately, this occasion for Diogo Jota. Oh, my, that's a left hook!
Wow, this is getting fast.
That was a clothesline, I think.
This is getting dicey here. As
Bobby
Bobby
Firmino
he's going to come on. I bet it's for Jota because of the booking.
With his frosted tips, Bobby Firmino.
Dude, Firmino
makes me want to get some frosted tips. Getting a round of applause.
I think you should frosted tip it.
Get some frosted tips.
Yeah, I think
if you get frosted tips, so will I. How about
that? You want to do
that?
Yeah. Let's go and do it. Oh.
I mean, you've got natural frosted tips, to be fair.
I didn't realize that you gave yourself a haircut recently.
I've got some pepper going on, it's fine.
I didn't realize you got a haircut recently.
I had it done yesterday because at the end of the day I'm going to EGX on Wednesday. I need to look professional.
Look at strong arms. These. I'm going here. I'm going there.
Yeah. I won't be here next week, unfortunately. So.
Oh God, Tanner, we've no one to control us again. Yes.
Ori, how about you join us next week and take my seat next week?
Ori's already in the chat saying, "Oh dear Lord," because she knows what it's about when Tanner and I are let loose.
Jesus,
we shouldn't even cover football next week. Let's
as
cover.
An equaliser.
Oh, that is a great finish.
Phil Foden.
Phil Foden with the goal. Yeah, he's acting like the big bad man after crying for over an hour.
I mean, it was a well-taken finish, very similar in vein to Mane's finish, and now he's actually really is crying.
Now he's crying.
He's actually crying.
What a wiener!
But yes, it's incredibly similar to Liverpool's goal. Sterling with a run, perfect ball. Foden cuts it across, and Alisson doesn't really kind of make a lot of effort in getting down to the
ball. It's close between him and Milner. I don't know if they're gonna. They certainly won't check on it, but
I don't think it's going to VAR.
Yeah, they're not going to VAR.
It's not close, Tanner.
Oh, there was a weird angle on one of the replays that they showed.
So, Liverpool won, Manchester City won at Anfield with 20 minutes to go.
Who predicted that?
I don't think anybody here.
Fuck you. I predicted that at half time.
Oh, okay. I remember you saying 2-2.
I did say that, and then I halved it to 1-1.
Well, there is still plenty of.
What a spin by Fabinho!
Fabinho. He took his own man out. Brilliant.
Fabinho robbed Foden and tackled Jordan Henderson at the same time.
Foden is getting tested. I can see Foden getting shanked in the tunnel. You don't want to be coming to Liverpool pulling those kind of tricks.
Nope.
He might find himself accidentally falling down a flight of stairs twice.
What? Mattic's passing has been on point today. Absolutely on point.
Yeah, he's a great player.
He's defending not so much.
Yeah, the awareness there on the Foden goal was not.
To be fair, the entire back line. To be fair, the fact that Jesse got that far across the pitch in the first place, you got to be asking questions in midfield.
Gabriel Chesway.
Liverpool
Gabby.
Punting forward, and that again looks like a foul on Mane. And it's Diaz again. Diaz.
They're gonna have to be careful here.
It's getting very the tempers are rising here. There's
well, the thing is, City have a point here. City have a point here for sure.
Liverpool certainly will not be.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, does a point even take them back to the top? I don't believe.
Nope, be 2 points off the top.
Eesh. Yikes.
Hello, Firmino. Not entirely sure about the free kick, but given.
Yeah, the players are starting to certainly wind each other up now. A lot of more heavier tackles going in.
Bobby Firmino came on obviously midweek, scored a couple. The press is intense already. That's good to see.
Bernardo Silva carrying the ball. Jordan Henderson tracking
him. Jesus! And I mean, and Jordan Henderson. He's shouting him, and Phil Foden going mad into the referee again.
Phil Foden needs to be sent off at this point.
That's sending off offence. He's trying to intimidate and influence the referee. That's a bookable offence.
Yeah. Now I get the anger on City's part, but
I mean that was a double team. Henderson took out one leg, sent Bernardo tumbling, and Milner just volleys through him. That was horrific tackling by Liverpool.
Guardiola's very upset.
Milner's on a booking. That's a risky move for sure.
Yeah, I mean he just happened to be there. You know, I don't see what the big deal is.
Milner has got an out because it was actually the Hendo
Robertson robs the ball.
Yeah, it was the Hendo foul that caused the incident.
Yeah, Henderson shepherded, Bernardo out. Milner just,
Van Dijk
getting bullied off the ball almost there.
This game's getting heated.
And,
and Van Dijk fouls somebody after he fouls Jesuit after the ball has been stopped.
Well,
the play has been stopped. This is getting brilliant.
One could argue that he is kicking the ball
is
away.
Not happy.
Guardiola's shouting, and the fans are shouting back at him.
Pep is going all bobbity boobity. Look at him, bobbity boobity. That was
the coach coming off.
Oh, Pep's
he's
taking
wearing
off
his MDCR jumper. And he's going
to
boom, kablam.
MDCR?
I'm assuming it's Manchester.
There's no D in Manchester.
Manchester. As in, like what it was called in the Oasis days.
Mm-hmm.
Oasis.
Don't even go there, Mark, because I will kick you off this stream right now.
Are we about to go into like a Britpop feud?
Yeah.
Now?
Listen, you Southern blur loving so and so. Cockney, blimey, you live in the house in the country. I have none of that. It's Oasis country up here. Don't you dare come with that.
Completely not
only is this game tense, now the stream
now the stream has started to turn.
Mane's
got the ball. Yeah, they might need to get
Milner.
They might need to get Milner
and wins the
out of here. They might need to get Milner like a sub off here before.
Have you seen Milner's eyes, by the way? They're cold as ice.
Well, yeah, he's the next James Bond.
If you want a really fun account to follow on Twitter, follow at Boring James Milner.
Boring James Milner account.
Brilliant. It's so good.
It's not his account, but he doesn't know it's Salah.
Salah just ripping the defense a new one. And it's Mane. Oh, wow. This game has been superb in the second half. I mean, someone did predict to a piece. Someone did predict to a piece. And it's looking more likely now. Ori, do you remember that when you said you can't see 4 goals by these two teams?
Dude,
take that back, ma'am.
Mo Salah dancing through that defence. Max, talk us through the replay, please.
He ripped that defence a new asshole. It's as simple as clear as that. I will, as soon as the replay comes up, because there was a lot to break down there. Salah gets the ball essentially on the edge of the box, then thinks, I'm going to go it alone. 1 defender gone, 2 defenders gone, whipped across. I thought that he actually played it to Mane, but he doesn't. He takes it all on himself. Brilliant play.
He just faked out everybody.
Yeah. He's literally got 3 defenders around him. Cancelo,
Laporte.
Yeah, he's just sending them all absolutely all over. That was glorious.
He just took them
with his right foot, by
all
the way,
to school,
and then a little dinky chip over one of the best keepers in the world, and that was a glorious goal. That was a glorious goal.
I do want to point out the work that was done here by Roberto Firmino for drawing Diaz away as well, and
also it looks like Pep Guardiola has been booked as well.
Yeah,
tuck your jumper into your pants, sit down. I mean, he was very babbity boobity, so he didn't.
Bernardo Silva complaining referee.
Bernardo Silva's been booked as well. Wow, it's descended into madness.
James Milner is definitely getting subbed off here for Joe Gomez.
Yeah, we can play fullback. That's no problem.
Yeah, Joe Gomez is good.
James Milner has done what he needed to do. He's riled up Phil Foden.
Which is just makes Phil Foden look like a child.
He's got half a smirk.
Bernardo Silva.
Or in the chat saying, not taking it back, but pleasantly enjoying being wrong.
Yeah, I mean, look, these are 2 of the best teams on the planet. Liverpool might be the best team in form.
Fuck off. Come on.
In England.
A lot of bias there.
In England, Liverpool are the best team on form.
On form, you can maybe make that case. In terms of getting the job done, maybe so. But not week in, week out. There's been some games where we've
Let's
struggled.
Have a look at the table. So Liverpool's form guard in the last 5 before this game was win, draw, win, win, draw. So Man City's form guard going into this game was win, 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 draw, win. So it City are essentially the informed team.
Yeah, but they're about to take a.
They did take a loss, though.
They're going to be.
This will be the second L of the season. Let's not forget Man City, as well as things stand. But as things stand, we still have 12 minutes plus time lost to go. Mo Salah, and that's more points for my dream team as well.
That's the
on City break with Sterling,
turning the punch bowl, and here we go with Sterling
and going away, puts it into the cop.
Look at that. That's what a fullback does.
That's a prime defender right there.
That's no reason why you put a centre. Why he's so good at playing centre half or at fullback, because he defends, and you need a defensive player right now. You better fast the ball, and took it already.
Second L by Matt the American.
Oh,
and Liverpool would also then get the dub, which is another Americanism, which grinds my gears.
Yeah,
Guardiola is still fuming.
But now
still giving
he's upset. He's
giving
upset.
his own backroom team shit for what's going on the pitch, as if they have any influence over it whatsoever. Liverpool now looking to press and put this game out, but Salah with giving away possession.
City, Bernardo to De Bruyne.
And look at how they flood forward in a unit, though. That's a great ball, well controlled. Foden. Across the box. De Bruyne.
Great finish.
De Bruyne. It's a great finish. It's down 2 apiece, and somebody predicted that, and it was me. Kablam! And look at Guardiola now. How quickly.
Well, yeah. This is absolutely fine. No,
this is the best day of my life.
Yeah.
But that again, another great team goal for City. Started essentially by De Bruyne.
So yeah,
with the ball to Foden. Foden holds off the little dink, comes back out to
what a finish
to De Bruyne, and that's a great finish.
What I can say,
it hits Matip and it goes in.
Well, does it?
Matip, you absolute wet wipe. Yeah.
It deflects off of his knee and his shoulders. Yeah,
Alisson would have had that.
Well, I hate to tell you. I hate to tell you, Ori and Connor.
What a clown shoes.
There were 4 goals in this game, and they all came in the second half.
2 apiece. Here.
There's still 10 minutes left. There's been
this could be 4-4 waiting the second half. To be fair,
I mean, both teams could be looking for that final blow.
Graham saying if the results stay the same, Matt saying Liverpool are the winningest team in the Premier League this 21-22 season, and then corrects himself less than 10 seconds later with his quote being out of date. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately.
I still think there could potentially still be a winner in this.
Yeah. I mean, neither team looks to be backing down to the other, so.
No, and that's how it should be. I don't want to see teams defending. I want to see them going hammer and tongs.
Yeah,
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, Brussels sprouts and lobster.
And then play a good game of football.
Yeah, Brussels sprouts and fish. Gotta go that way.
Or she's just got the sweetest attitude. Well done to both teams. Oh no, that's not how football works. You hate the team that you hate. Brain Sample saying De Bruyne will hit this one. He did hit it, and he hit it well, and he scored a cracking goal.
Let's see here. He might be referring to there's a free kick.
Free kick just
apologies. Yeah, because we have to pause for our American.
We are a little bit behind the live feed because we have to pause for Texas. They haven't got good internet over there apparently. So
so I figured out what it is. Peacock has everything on a delay in case something goes horribly wrong.
Or some swearing.
Yeah. So I think they might be referring to so Brain Sample might be referring to this this free kick coming up here. Yeah.
Brain Sample with the spoiler for us then.
We've got there's 6 of them around the ball at the moment on my screen. Now there's 3.
They're all going to take it together.
Abby National, because last time I get
Beckham free kick.
We want to be together. Remember that Max?
No.
Oh my word!
Yeah, that was
Kyle Walker.
Who hit that?
Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker must be blind.
That was horrific.
It hit the back. Apparently, it hit the back of the Cop.
Someone needs to check his eyes.
Take some doing.
Well, it's because he had all those salty tears in.
Yeah, he's
from being manhandled by Jota.
He's just been crying all game.
Oof.
Foul on Jones. Jessamy is still complaining.
Bobbity boopity, I didn't have a foul of him.
Dude, I swear, Manchester City players.
I'm trying to not be biased here, but Tanner may have a little bit of point, Max.
I think it's Guardiola. I really think that Guardiola's
he's
attitude.
He's Spanish.
I know, but I think it's Guardiola's attitude about how the game should be played that's rubbing off on the players.
Latin flair, is it okay?
Maybe not Latin flair, but just his ideology about how football should be, and and when things don't go your way, you're gonna cry about it.
Liverpool trying to attack, but City defending very resolutely.
We've got some head turns going on here. Jones with a great spinning header.
Jones is keeping this Liverpool team ticking along here offensively. It's going to
that looks like a rough foul.
Yeah, that's going to be...
I didn't have a foul of him. I've had enough of this referee. I'm going to spit in your mom's spaghetti.
To be fair, oh my goodness.
That was horrible.
Christ.
He should be booked for that.
Tackle.
Oh my God.
Jones. Van Dijk to Matip. Out to Gomez.
Gomez now. Gomez.
I called it. Oh!
Dude, all right, so now
is complaining about the foul being given.
City are fouling all over the place.
Bernardo Silva also on a booking.
What's going on with this game?
This has descended into chaos. The referee has lost the respect of the players. The referee is Steve Bruce, essentially. He's become Steve Bruce.
I'm not getting myself involved in this.
All in the chat is saying, Man United is my team. I've got a dog in his side.
Please don't be a plastic.
That's just.
He doesn't want Man.
That leaves a horrible taste in my mouth.
That's heartbreaking.
Oh!
Really. Oh!
Fabinho should have put that away there.
Great defending.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know if it was great defending. I think it was just poor finishing by Fabinho. I think the defender had already committed to the slide.
Right. Oof. I think Rodri saved Manchester City right there by blocking off Fabinho. Right here we get the replay. Fabinho in perfect position there. He gets around Gabriel Jesus and then Rodri.
It was actually, it should have hit that. It took way too long on the ball, and that's an outstanding tackle by.
Did you notice how Ederson totally almost killed Ruben Dias? He's just like, bam,
kablam,
kablam. Oh my God!
We got
ball goes off
free to play
Gabriel.
plus stoppage time.
Ball goes off of Gabriel Jesus. Liverpool retain the ball again, and yet they're going forward. They are not. They're not going to back down here. It seems they're going to play this until the time runs out.
Who's more likely, Mag, in your opinion, to get the winner here?
Liverpool. Definitely Liverpool. Quick spread by Ederson, and I say that as City go marching forward, but crowded out by 4 Liverpool shirts there.
Of course, as things stand, Liverpool would be 1 point off the top, not 2 off the top.
Jessamy lifts it up. Great touch by Sterling. Sterling with the back heel.
De Bruyne.
Oh, that is some good play. I think the City team was changed when they brought Sterling on. I think he's been really bright.
Ooh.
What did De Bruyne attempt there?
I have no idea, but I've got some breaking news.
Go for it, Tanner.
per good source and friend of the show, Fabrizio Romano, Claudio Ranieri will be announced as the new Watford manager.
Yeah.
They are
as expected. The Tinkerer is back in British football.
Mm-hmm.
He would not be a bad choice to steady the ship. Although, how long would he get before he gets fired? 5 games?
Because what is it? The 5th manager in 2 seasons?
I still can't believe that literally they're 14th in the league. They've just in their first season in the Premier League. They've said 7 games and they've sacked him.
Mm-hmm. It makes absolutely no sense.
With the greatest respect, you've got a manager who's been there for the length of time of Sean Dyche, and they've not had the best of starts of the season. No one's even thinking about sacking him.
The Watford hierarchy are very trigger happy when it comes to
trigger happy. It's un-American
managers, but I don't think so.
They're Italian, aren't they? Yeah,
I think they are. But to be where they are and to have 7 points in the start to the season that they've had, I think that's bloody good going for Watford. I don't think they could have expected much more, and to sack him, there must be something else going on rather than results, because that was some bullshit. That
statement that they put out had less in it than
It was essentially a WWE we featured in Devon. Essentially,
Salah beating the last.
Salah, he skips past Cancelo.
Wins. Okay, they didn't play actually.
He's being ushered out by Silva, and then the ball gets slipped to Phil Foden, who is a child. Henderson goes to ground. Kevin De Bruyne now.
Bad cop, Graham. We've just got a bit of action here. Sterling
crowded out.
Jesuit. Oh, great block.
It's the back of Robertson.
Great block by Robertson. Good cop, bad cop. Graham in the chat saying the new episode of Good Cop, Bad Cop has dropped. So once you finish up here, bang on your podcast platform of choice.
Available everywhere, guys. It's such
listen to these two reprobates talk wrestling.
Absolutely. We are joined by John Sargent. Not that John Sargent. The one
from John Sargent.
Unfortunately, not that
of Mastermind fame.
John Sargent, who goes his handle at Good Bad Wrestle.
He's got
Good Bad Wrestle NHB, I believe. Yes,
NHB. I'm assuming No Holds Barred.
I believe so. He does the This Business podcast. It's a really good podcast and well worth checking out. He's got a great mind.
All right, Liverpool on the attack here. Salah going
4
down
minutes
the wing.
added on. We are already 1.5 minutes into that time.
Mm-hmm.
Salah playing keep ball, taking 3 City defenders with him.
Fabinho
opening up for Fabinho, who pushes the ball
runs right into traffic. Yeah. This is going to be nerve-wracking.
Sterling rips 2 Liverpool defenders apart. It's 3-on-3 right now.
To KDB. And his pass cut immediately by Van Dijk.
Virgil van Dijk just sticks out a foot, makes it look easy.
Yeah. No, bitch, you ain't getting past.
And again, heads it clear.
But straight back to a City player.
This is going end to end. We've still got 1.5 minutes to play here, gentlemen. This could be anything.
Lays it back.
The TV have made Phil Foden a joint man of the match.
With
whom?
I don't know. I wasn't watching the screen at the time.
You wasn't watching the screen?
I saw the second part. I saw that Foden got joined, but I didn't see who the first one was. So I'm guessing they gave it to De Bruyne. Because Gary never had a thing for him.
I'm sure he does.
Corner given. Salah was defending it. But he put behind for a corner off of Salah.
We're into our final minute here, presumably.
Salah's such a cheeky chappy. I mean, been pinned back twice and still happy to... It's like a dog with a stick.
It's been
happy to be involved.
This has been a fantastic second half for the neutral. And 2-2, I think, probably is a fair result.
Well, let's have a look at some quick statistics. City had the way more possession in the first half. I think it was like 55-45. Liverpool have
Didn't be the first man again.
Liverpool have evened it up possession-wise. Now it's pretty much split down the middle. In terms of shots, Liverpool had 1 in the first half and none on target. Now they've had 6 and 4 on target. So yeah, it's this is a fair result. 2 apiece is absolutely a fair result if it finishes like that. And City looking to kill this at the death in the last few seconds, and I think that's going to be all it.
That is it. Man.
Jurgen, we're taking your time over to throw in. I think that Liverpool are settling for a draw here.
We've gone through all the motions in today's game here. Obviously, with this result staying, which it looks like it will.
Full time.
Oh, we're all friends in the end, as Klopp and Pep hugging. Even though Pep was saying some not nice things,
some pretty ugly things, I'm sure.
Like the little baby back bitch that he is.
With this result here, this puts Liverpool firmly in second, City in third, Manchester United are in fourth, and Chelsea are on top, first place. Only 2 points separate from sixth and first. So yeah, crazy stuff going on right now in the Premiership. This is two of England's finest. Phil Foden is
a douchebag,
a weasel.
Weasel! Wow! But did that weasel get your man of the match, Tanner?
This is a great question. You really can't. In my mind, I can't give it to just one player. I'm going to actually give it to 2 players. And maybe this is a bit unfair or harsh if you're a Phil Foden fan for whatever reason. But I've got to actually give it to Ederson and Alisson. I feel like both goalkeepers did their jobs today, and this game could have actually been a heck of a lot higher scoring than what it was.
Oh, my God. Alisson, I don't know if you've got this on your screen in the States, but Alisson literally was just so patronising to Jesui. He literally tapped him on the head like, hey, good boy. He was a good boy. He was a good boy. Bobbity boopity.
Bobbity boopity.
So Milner just gave
I really hated your complaining all game.
You're a fucking little bastard.
What about you, Max? Who's your man of the match?
I would love to give it to Phil Foden just because it would boil Tanner's piss. But I think for me, I've got to give it to Milner. I thought Milner was really good in a position that, whilst he played there before, it's not his regular position. He came in, he frustrated Foden, who was City's most brightest player for the majority of the game. So yeah, I've got to give it to Milner.
Very well. I have to agree with you slightly there, Magdi. James Milner for me.
Look at y'all breaking the rules. Oh, we get to pick 2. Well, for a second one, then I'm picking Matip for scoring a goal.
Go.
Yeah. Phil Foden clapping to all 5 of the Manchester City fans who showed up today. That's nice of him.
Oof.
To be fair, James Milner had an absolute beast of a game.
Wow, did I really pick the only Manchester City player for man of the match? Wow. Wow.
Well, Phil Foden would have got the vote, but he's also been crying away like a bitch so much I can't put him on.
Dude, he cried the most. Like,
yeah,
look,
going forward, he was brilliant, but unfortunately, this got in the way.
Yeah, like,
I mean, how many times did we see him running to the referee to complain about something that had no effect on him whatsoever?
Many times.
Yeah, Anybody who publishes anything positive about Phil Foden coming out of this game, you will have lost any legitimacy that you have, because Phil Foden, as good of a player as he is, he was just far more influential with his mouth than he was his feet today. I don't know.
But it was still a great game, very entertaining for for neutral fans and for biased fans alike, that was a fun game to watch. Plenty of end-to-end action, plenty of excitement, some wondrous goals. I mean, the 2 goals from De Bruyne and Salah were glorious, absolutely glorious. Yeah. So there's not really a lot to complain about if you're a fan of either of these teams, because that was some great football. I really, really enjoyed it.
It was a great advertisement for the Premier League, for sure.
That was arguably one of the best matches that we've seen so far this season.
We saw great goals. We saw defenses. Unfortunately, Matip trying to get in the way of the ball. It just happened to be banded back in there. It happens like that sometimes. We saw hard tackling going on. We saw a management team getting extremely passionate. And I like seeing management getting passionate like that. I just don't particularly like Pep Guardiola doing that because, he hasn't, because, I think that's why he's got the hair. He keeps pulling it out. I mean, we saw great goalkeeping at both ends.
Mm-hmm. And it rubber stamps everything that you're saying when Ori said in the chat. This game was amazing. The second half was a lot of fun to watch, and it was the first full football game that she's watched. And you picked a great one to start your footballing journey on. Don't expect all games to be like that, but yeah, it was certainly one of the most fun and passionate games we've watched on here in a long, long while.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. In fact, so much so that Ori said that she will be in here with you, gentlemen, next week, keeping an eye on you both. So we'll see how that works.
I mean, two back-to-back recordings with Ori. She will hate us.
All good, of course. Absolutely fantastic.
And one of them is a pay-per-view.
One of them is a pay-per-view. Which pay-per-view is it you're calling, Max? I want me asking.
It's In Your House, Buried Alive.
Oh, that's a good one, too. I like that one.
Is it?
I like it.
Well,
I like
we'll find out soon.
I'll enjoy hearing
we'll find out next week, sir.
I'll enjoy hearing your takes on it. I will say, of course, don't forget, of course, to check out Mags' side tomorrow with the amazing Chain Wrestling live. I dare say I'll be the chat.
Sar won another Paul again.
I'll be down in the chat, keeping an eye on you all, making sure everyone's behaving themselves.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I behave with Sar.
I didn't mean you. I meant
encourage me to be naughty like you two do.
I don't mean keeping you guys, I mean keeping the chat in order, because I know how they go for rails sometimes. And then
the chat in Chain Wrestling is a sight to behold. Those guys and gals are amazing. It's literally like, and I think Dan Griffin explained it the best last week. They go mental for the first half, have conversations between themselves, and then they all settle in to listen to us break down a match. There's no interruptions. They
pump up a cushion and we just listen. It's
brilliant. Honestly, those guys are absolutely amazing.
Get involved.
Really get involved.
It's brilliant.
It's awesome. We've got a really cool group of followers there, and yeah, we appreciate every single one of them.
Absolutely. And immediately following Chain Wrestling, of course, well, not immediately, maybe about 15-20 minutes after, myself and Mags will be along with the volley, and that'll be obviously live as well. So feel free to join us in the chat for that straight after. And we may have someone with us this week. We never know. We'll see.
And lest we not forget your show with Ori as well coming up.
Yes, coming on Tuesday. Yes, that will be a pre-recorded episode, mainly because I have to fit in around certain things. So to get the most exposure, it'll be premiering at a suitable time, at prime time.
But I think that just goes to show how diverse the content we provide here on Radio Tekkers. We cover wrestling, football, MMA, food. We cover everything. So if you enjoy any of those subjects, give us a like, give us a subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your teacher.
I think I would be
tell a responsible adult.
Tell your mom.
I would be remiss.
Tell your mom about us.
I would be extremely remiss if I didn't mention something. Another product is coming soon from Sai, of course, which of course is the waiting room.
Yes.
Cream soda.
Nice. You like cream soda?
Yeah. You're a delinquent as far as I'm concerned.
I love cream soda, mate, but it's got to be the cheap £1 shit. The good stuff's too sweet.
That makes no sense in itself. Cream soda is rank. I don't know.
It's like
not lemonade,
flavor, isn't it? That's all it is.
No, see, now I like vanilla, but I don't like cream soda. It's rank.
Well, then you're the delinquent, ain't you?
That was a very well-timed sneak off for a bottle of cream soda there, Matt.
There you go.
And Matt, if you drink that, you're a fucking delinquent.
And I'm fucking happy about that. You can find me at the Matt Attack UK. You can find Mags
At the Matt Attack UK.
You can also find him at Podfather Mags. You can find Tanner, the boss.
Hi.
You can find him at Tekkers _. You can find this show and the entire channel at Radio Tekkers. Thank you so much to everybody who watched along with us this week. Thanks to everyone who got involved in the chat. Thank you very much to everybody for showing support as always. And on behalf of us all here at Radio Tekkers, Stacey, that one was for you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. We're out of here.